Step inside Tank's gym, and the first thing you notice isn't the lighting, or the equipment, or even the sound of gloves snapping against leather. It's the energy, a kind of pressure in the air, like the room itself knows what's about to happen. This isn't just a gym, it's a proving ground. A place where every weakness is exposed, and every strength is rebuilt through fire. When Tank walks in, the whole atmosphere shifts. The conversations get quieter, the focus gets sharper, and people move like they are witnessing something important. Because training with Tank isn't a routine, it's a mission. From the moment he starts warming up, you can tell he's built different. Most fighters go through warm-ups just to get loose. Tank goes through warm-ups to set the tone, control breaths, precise movement, and a level of seriousness that tells you he's not here to get in shape. He's here to dominate. His shoulders roll, his back stretches, and there's this laser-like calm in his eyes. It's the calm of a man who knows exactly what he's about to do to his body, and more importantly, why he's doing it. He's not competing against his opponent in this room. He's competing against yesterday's version of himself. Then the real work begins. The weights, the strength circuits, the explosive representatives that make the gym floor tremble. When Tank lifts, he lifts like every rep is a promise. Clean form, no shortcuts, nothing sloppy. He doesn't chase numbers, he chases efficiency. You can see how every movement is designed to convert raw power into fight power. His shoulders move like pistons, his arms lock in perfect alignment, and his footing stays anchored like it's rooted to the ground. The control is insane. This isn't bodybuilding. This is functional violence. Everything he does is meant to show up in the ring. Stronger punches, more stable footwork, and the kind of core control that lets him cut angles before the opponent even knows what's happening. And then there's the explosiveness. Tank doesn't just lift heavy, he lifts fast. Medicine ball slams that echo through the room, plyometric jumps that look like he's launching himself off the floor, and resistance band movements that snap with tension. You can hear the whip of the band, the slam of the ball, and the thud of his feet hitting the ground. These sounds become part of the soundtrack of who he is. Every movement says one thing: speed meets power. That's Tank's secret formula. But the moment he switches into conditioning, everything changes. The tempo goes from intense to outright relentless. This is where the real killers separate themselves. Tank's conditioning work is non-stop. Circuits with barely any rest. Punching drills that go from speed to power, footwork patterns that keep his heart rate sky high. You see sweat dripping off his arms, steam rising off his body, and his breathing controlled like it's still warming up, even when his heart is redlining. This is a part of training that normal athletes dread. Tank embraces it like it's a fun part. The mitts come out, and that's when the gym becomes a different world. The sharp cracks echo off the walls, each punch sounding like a thunderclap. His combinations are tight, fast, and vicious, like his stitching patterns in the air with pure force. His movement is smooth, his reactions instant, and his power terrifying. People watching don't even react in words. They react with looks, wide eyes, slightly open mouths, that silent wow that spreads across the room. The timing, the accuracy, the speed, it's all perfectly synced. This is where all the heavy lifting, all the conditioning, all the bane actually comes together. Then it's footwork drills. Tank glides like he's rehearsing a dance, but every step has purpose. Switch steps, slips, pivots, shuffle stops, everything is crisp and perfectly balanced. This is what breaks opponents mentally. Not just his punches, but the fact that he's never where they expect him to be. He moves like he's reading the future, like he already knows a punch that's coming before the puncher even commits. And just when you think he's slowing down, he pushes even harder. Anyone else will be done by now, but Tank's mentality doesn't allow done. He trains until the tank is empty, and then he trains until the empty tank finds fuel from somewhere else. You can see it on his face. Focus locked, not distracted, not drifting. This is obsession. Healthy obsession. Champion obsession. The heavy bag becomes the final test. Every punch thrown here carries the weight of everything he trained for that day. The bag flies like it's being pushed by an engine. Hooks that twist his entire frame. Uppercuts that make the chains rattle. Straight shots that shake the floor tiles. This is not just training. It's a preview of the damage he's going to deliver under bright lights. And when he finally stops, he doesn't celebrate, doesn't flex, doesn't pose. He just breathes. Slow, deep, controlled. Because Tank knows something most people don't. The work speaks louder than the hype. The grind is the glory. And inside this gym, behind these walls, when the cameras aren't rolling and the crowd isn't cheering, this is where champions are actually made. Not under lights, but under pressure. Not in the ring, but in the silence of preparation. This is Tank strength and conditioning. This is a blueprint of a fighter who trains not to win rounds, but to win wars. Welcome inside the engine room.